today?
Well, good morning, everybody, and this is going to be a great day coming to you from the southern Wisconsin location, bringing people on Brew Bus down
to Tampa.
Tampa. This is Kira Untapped.
And this is Randy Weckerly.
I wish I had a cool name like Kira Untapped.
You can be Randy Uncorked.
No, I'm not going to go with
Randy.
Randy. No,
you're going to be Randy Uncorked.
No.
That is good.
Not going to happen.
Randy with a million voices.
There you go.
You're like, what's his face? Who?
Uncle Curious.
No, not that.
Anyway, today, a lot of good things are happening. We're going to be talking with a great location down in Tampa, a place called Brew Bus, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The cool part about this is the story, I think, began in Colorado and ended up down in Tampa, where I don't blame them, when you can go down there and have warm weather, no snow, 365.
I saw their location, and I thought they were in Tampa, and I was like, yes, I love Tampa.
You know what 360, well, do you know what 45 is?
45 days of snow?
No.
That we probably have or more.
No, 365, what is that, 24/7, 724, whatever.
7, or 24/7.
24/7. So on 2.5 Men one time.
Of course. Of course.
So Jake, he says, I study all the time, and Charlie goes, well, how often you study? He goes, 31. He goes, well, what's 31? 24/7. 24/7, 14. What's the 14? That's when you add up 365. Anyway, hilarity coming from...
it's only Tuesday.
It is only Tuesday.
We still have 3 more days.
These interviews are great, though. Last week we had great interviews coming from Florida. Florida is open for business, everybody.
Yes.
And the cool part about it is we want to help drive business to Florida because the red tide is only
Red
there.
Plume.
Is that what it's called?
It's Red Plume.
Red Plume? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
All right. And if John is watching, or Anthony, I'm sorry, just leave a comment and we'll bring you on in and see how it goes from there. So
I'm assuming that John, our sales guy, is watching.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of them. Anyway, wherever you're coming from, if it's California, Colorado, Michigan, Florida,
let us
New York,
know where you are.
Where you are, like our work, like our Facebook page, which is Links Libations Facebook page, Kira Untapped.
Yeah.
And
hey, Anthony, you're going to have to go into your personal one. We can't add you from Brew Bus Brewing's Facebook page. So if you want to go into your personal one, then that would be awesome. Then we can bring you on.
Yeah. That we found out that was last week. I wonder why they do that.
I don't know. Maybe if we had connections in Facebook.
We really like Facebook because last week Miss Kira Untapped.
I did.
She did an interview with who? Michael Ray?
Yes, Michael Ray, country artist.
And country artist. How long have you known him?
Well, I've known him for like 3 or 4 years. I usually see him once a year.
All right, here we go again, Anthony. We'll try this. And
Why can't?
I think he has to friend
Wait,
request.
hold on. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. Why is this thing complicated? I don't know why. Anthony, are you on your phone or on your laptop?
Just leave us a note. You have to be on your phone, Anthony. Laptops don't work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it has to go on your iPhone.
Let's see.
I'll tell you what. Let's stop this and give Anthony a call.
Yes.
And we'll start again. Anthony, we're going to give you a call. And
oh, he's switching over to his phone.
All right, we'll wait for you to switching over to your phone.
Just let us know when you're ready, Anthony.
Yeah, leave another comment and we'll bring you back in. Everybody gets to learn a lot about Facebook. Nobody knows about this.
I know.
We figured this out a while ago.
Yeah, but, I mean, that interview that I did was...
Oh, Michael Ray?
Michael Ray was really fun.
That was hot. That was very cool.
I mean, people are always like, well, how did you stay so composed? I don't know.
There's Anthony.
Let's see. Now we can bring you on, Anthony. Adding you right now.
You're coming in here, Anthony. Live and in living color.
Like this.
There we go.
There.
All right. You'll be here in a few seconds.
Oop,
Connecting.
we're connecting.
Woo!
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing well. Well, thank you very much for going through the forest of using Facebook split screen. We'll keep it focused on Miss Kira. I'm
Nope,
just
we got
stalking her in the second. We can
I'll
back
have
up.
half a face.
Yeah. We've been doing these. I don't know if you've watched any of the other ones we had last week from Florida, but they've been a lot of fun, very informative, and
Here.
you got good friends down there. So anyway, thank you. As I said, our associate Rob on the road was very excited, pulled up your website. Tell us how you came up with this idea. I sort of have an inkling, but I'd rather hear it from you.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Tampa. Both my parents live here as well. So went to school at Boulder, Colorado, University of Colorado at Boulder. Sort of heard of it was actually called Banjo Billy's Brewery Tours, and basically what it is, it's an old beat up school bus. It's $10. You can go all around Boulder, and in Colorado they advertise 300 days of sunshine every year. So this thing runs basically 24/7. And we do it on the weekends when I was a junior or senior in college, and just something fun to kind of explore the town. And came back home for Christmas break and kind of talked it over with my parents, and we thought it'd be a cool idea to do here in Tampa. Both my parents were with Cigar City Brewing when they started up in Tampa in 2009, all the way until a few years ago when Oscar Blues acquired them. But so we were kind of in the craft beer industry, kind of starting off in really its infancy, and the breweries in Tampa area just started exploding. And if you've ever been to Tampa, you need to drive everywhere, or people feel like they need to drive everywhere, even if it's just a mile down the road. So it was a pretty good start, and just kind of continued on from there.
So how many breweries do they have in Tampa now?
We have, Tampa, Tarpon Springs down to Bradenton, where I think I saw that you guys interviewed Barry down there. Probably about 75 plus breweries. There's over 251 licensed breweries in the state of Florida right now.
Yeah, we work with Sean Nordquist, we've been talking with for well over a year. Great friend, great advocate for everything. Yeah, for everything you're doing down there. So we've had a lot of fun. See, we have you lived in Boulder. We're in southern Wisconsin, and even though it's 90 degrees today, frost is only about 3 weeks away. So,
don't see that.
I understand. We're not going to be here, Miss Kira. We're going to.
I was same situation. Boulder, it could be snowing in the morning, and then 65 in the afternoon.
Oof.
All the snow's melted, and be in shorts basically. So
yeah, we just wear flip flops until it's about 20 below here, but that's okay. Anyway, coming down to Florida, we're going to be down there and going around the state. Actually, starting in January, we've got a new show coming out, Happy Hour golf show with famous people. That'll be coming out of Bonita Springs. We don't know who the famous people are, but we're going to leave that up to Mike Calvert, our golf doctor down there who lives down there. He's pretty prominent in the West Coast. So that's just going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to bring in folks like you to bring down some, of your brews that we can sit on the watch the sun go down on the.
Plus, they look like they got a nice menu. You guys got a nice menu. How did you come up with the concept of what menu items you guys were going to have?
For food or for beer or kind of everything?
For both, for beer and for
Gotcha.
food.
So we operate two brands out of this brewery. So we have Florida Avenue Brewing, which we acquired in 2015, and then we have Brew Bus Brewing, which we started with the Brew Bus concept in 2011, 2012. So between the two brands, Brew Bus is more of our craft centric, kind of push the limits, double IPA, fruit forward. And then we have our Florida Avenue brand, which for us is our everyday drinking. We make a lager, an IPA, a great brown ale, and we do everything very well. It's just probably more approachable than our Brew Bus line of beers. One thing we've been really lucky and noted for is our Berliner series for Florida Avenue. So our cucumber, our raspberry, blueberry Berliner. We're releasing a Neapolitan Berliner here in the next few weeks for GABF. So we're looking forward to that. And then the food side, it's kind of like our mastermind chef, executive chef, Max Gerard. He has a fine dining experience. but loves to barbecue and sort of cook at home and get down and dirty. So a lot of it's his selections with my input, but we have Wisconsin cheese curds on the menu, our number one selling
I
item.
saw that.
How did you come up with those? Because we like them being headlined, and cheese curds are not found very often, south of the border here.
Yeah, so we actually started out with 3 poutine dishes on our menu when we started the kitchen back in 2016. And so we kind of transitioned that out of the poutine and really just straight to cheese curds. So, now number one selling item, we do a homemade ranch buffalo dipping sauce I actually got from one of my favorite restaurants in Denver called Euclid Hall. Went there for an event and saw that. So a lot of the items that we have are stuff that when we're traveling, we've had out and about, and something we really liked and enjoyed with our little twist on it. So we have our General Tso's chicken wings, double breaded. I mean, they're huge, but the sauce is so good. We have a Nashville hot chicken. We have our animal style burger, which is a take on In-N-Out's famous burger. And then we also have things like duck confit quesadilla, stuff that you're really not going to find in a brewery, but kind of more or less upscale bar food, doing it right.
That's very cool. So let's talk about your tours and the bus. And so how many do you have in your fleet now in terms of your buses?
Yes, we have 4 buses based here in Tampa, ranging from 14 passenger up to 23 passenger, kind of all in between there. We accommodate groups as low as 10, really for our private events. Our public events, we do 3 public events every week. Ones that are really popular are our Friday Night Heights tour, which visits, I want to say it's 9 restaurants, bars, breweries in the area. And then our local loop on Sunday, which we've been doing for over 2 years now, is crazy successful. It's you're visiting 12 breweries and restaurants throughout the area. It's $10. You get to hop on and off as many times as you want, and it's really kind of almost like a public transit option. You pay once for the day and you get on and off as many times as you want.
Oh, that's very cool. And if you're gonna, want it for a private party and things like that, you have buses available for that then too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So we do a lot of private stuff during the week, corporate outings, birthday, bachelorette. We do a lot of sporting games. We work with the Lightning very closely to do ticket packages and sort of trying to make it as convenient as possible for our customers as a one-stop shop. You can buy for the Lightning, you can buy your game ticket, 2 beers on the bus, and a beer here at our brewery. You don't have to pay for parking. We drop you right off at the front. And then anything as customizable as, you pick any 3 breweries in the Tampa area that you want to visit and get a tour of. We'll provide that tour and we'll organize it, and then we'll go do a private dinner at one of our partner restaurants. So really kind of as customizable as anyone could want. We work with a lot of big corporations like Tech Data, Raymond James, stuff like that, really to provide a unique experience for our private rentals.
Well, that is absolutely sensational. One of the things we wanted to do is, because the snowbirds get ready to come south, the reason that we're doing these is to help them understand where they can go after they, our motto is golfers golf, then they sip. Sip, not slip. So, and I play a lot of golf in the Tampa, can't remember, it was right by the airport. Was it called the Hall of Fame golf course maybe a long time ago in a faraway place? I know the Out of Bounds.
I think Memorial is over there.
Yeah, it made an interesting Out of Bounds because you could get it right on one of the runways is all I remember. It was a dicey little shot. We had a lot of fun for a week. That's a true story. But the snowbirds are getting ready to come south. We wanted to focus on Florida. Florida is open for business. There's been a little advertising about a red plume that's down there right now, but that'll go away. And come January and February, when it's 100 degrees below zero here in Wisconsin and other places, what better place to do than go on a bus tour?
Right, definitely. Anthony, how many tours do you usually do in a week? I'm just curious, or about.
It really depends on the weekend. Obviously, it's kind of based around people's travel schedule, but we do at least 4 tours every week, and probably we average about 6 to 7. I think our most popular probably weekend we've probably done 12 or 15 tours in a week.
Wow.
Most of that is private event driven. I would say previous years were about a 60-40 split, 60% private rentals, 40% public. But now with the Friday Night Heights and the local loop that we're offering, we do accommodate more guests through our public events.
Well, now let's get to the important stuff right here at the end. Save the best to last. Tell us about how you got into brewing, what your lineup is, and what we should look for from, coming in there for your top. What are your top sellers, and what are the favorites that you have on your menu there for your brews?
So I'm personally not a brewer myself.
Okay.
I have a very dedicated team of 6 brewers in the back. They do all of our recipe creation. They even think of a lot of the names and marketing behind it. We have 53 employees overall. So
wow.
Lots of people on the team, everywhere from bus drivers to tour guides to kitchen chefs, barbacks, I mean, you name it. So we have a really great team that works really hard to produce great beers. For our Brew Bus lineup, You're My Boy Blue is our all-natural blueberry week. We won a GBF award in 2015 for it. It's our #1 selling beer for Brew Bus, both in the tasting room and then also out in the market. Over 60% of our sales account for that brand. So I would definitely recommend that. Also our Last Stop IPA or Juicy Salute, which is our double IPA for Brew Bus. Juicy Salute, every 3 months we use a different hop varietal. So we change that up. It's in a 16-ounce can, 8% IPA, double IPA. Then for our Florida Avenue brand, Passion of the Heights is by far our #1 selling beer. It is a hibiscus, rosehip, orange peel wheat beer. And then we also have our Florida Avenue Lager, which does extremely well in the market. It's our #1 selling beer out in the market. And our market consists of Tallahassee, all the way down to Naples and over to Orlando.
I was just reading off your lineup, and Florida Avenue Brown. I mean, just to look at notes of caramel, toffee, chocolate, finishes with dry and early characteristics. I mean, that just sounds awesome. I mean, it just.
Yeah, it's brown ales just in general. I mean, no one really goes out to a bar in Florida and is like, oh, I got to have the best brown ale possible. But
right.
Ever since Florida Avenue started in 2010. Florida Avenue Brown Ale has placed gold or silver or bronze in the best Florida beer championship for the brown ale category. It's a traditional English style brown ale. It speaks for itself. It's a fantastic beer. But again, no one really screams they want a brown ale. That's
right.
Only down to it.
Yeah. Well, I'll drink it for the name. It's just name and contents. It's just all. I just love the lineup. Anyway, everybody can find it on brewbususa.com. If you're going down to Tampa, St. Pete, if you're going to be, visiting Florida, be sure. This looks like a lot of fun. You got to be everywhere. It's nice that you support all your breweries in the area. And,
absolutely.
I'm going to want one of everything. I want to try one of it.
That's why we call her Miss Kira on Tap.
We'll get you one of everything, and then we'll drive you to wherever you need to go next.
Yes.
Well, she's the rock star. She did an interview with Michael Ray. She's been doing photography for national country bands
or just artists, bands and artists. I don't really specify.
For about 10 years. So she did a big interview last week, and she's saying, "Look at all these followers I got." And I'm like, "You're just a rock star." So we'll ship her down there.
That's awesome.
She signs autographs. We'll teach her how to. We'll give you a rubber set. Anyway, she brings a herd of people when she comes around. So she's a lot of fun. I'm just the old guy in the background. Got to keep her paperwork straight. But other than that, we have a lot of fun. But anyway, we really appreciate the time, Anthony. And if there's anything else we can do for you, locations that you support down there, let them know that
we're coming.
We're coming. Our Links to Libations magazine is online, coming to a phone near you. You can take the link to our magazine, put it on your Facebook followers, and every month we'll send that to you. And our weekly podcast, and we'll make sure to mention you. We have a Wednesday night podcast show. We'll probably have you on in a couple weeks with Tim and myself. It's an hour-long show. so it gives us more time than this right now. But I want to keep everybody understanding. Golfers golf, then they sip. They're going to be coming down to Tampa St. Pete, and we'll find the bus to have you take us around, and we'll enjoy your time. But anyway, thank you very much for the time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, Miss Kira.
Yes, I'm excited. Anthony, thank you so much.
Yep, have a good one, guys.
All right,
You
see you
too.
later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.